Right, good afternoon. It is a few minutes to 1 p.m. East African time here in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for keeping it TV47 as I get you informed on the latest at this hour. My name is Sheilar Chelangat and we begin now. Tension is building up in Turkwel region along the West Pokot-Turkana border point following fresh attacks on Friday. 2 people were killed in West Pokot County after they were ambushed at River Charumum by suspected bandits from neighboring Turkana County while searching for gold in retaliatory attacks. The incident has affected the gold mining venture and businesses in the region that had witnessed relative peace for the last 6 years. The runaway insecurity has created pain, panic and fear among residents.
Neno alikuja ile hata mimi alishangaa. Na mimi sina mguu. Mimi anatembelea mguu ine. So amekuwa hutu kwa mimi sana. Sasa hata mimi alikimbia. Wakati ile arsasi analia. Mimi alisindikana tu kwa sababu mimi sijui kukimbia. Mimi alilala chini tu.
Sijapata ripoti kamili, lakini inasemekana watu wawili. So na mambo ya dhahabu still kuna regulations kutoka kwa watu wa mining ambao watakuja kufundisha watu kuhusu mambo ya commercial mining.
Wakati yao imekwisha. Tunataka watu waishi na nataka vile nimesema watu wa security. Unajua sasa raia akisema kwa nini security hapa ng'ombe anachukuliwa napita hapa na watu wa security wako. Hiyo ni ya kuzimwa. Hatutaki kuongea juu yake zaidi. Watu wa security kutoka juu mpaka chini simameni na kumaliza hii.
And away from that, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to tackle and deal with the escalating threat of misinformation, noting the unchecked spread of false information by the opposition. Speaking at Oljororok Stadium in Nyandarua County during a public engagement, Cabinet Secretary for Tourism Rebecca Miano and government spokesman Isaac Mwaura has said the Kenyans are being fed with false propaganda and misinformation by the opposition. A move that has led to many discrediting the government and losing faith in it. However, the two senior government officials have said that the government is dedicated to listen to the people and challenges they are facing, while at the same time highlighting on crucial programs and projects the government is undertaking.
A lot of things that we read, a lot of things that we see which border on propaganda is for lack of information. And these forums, we are summarizing what government is doing and in each area what is being done, what government has achieved in terms of roads, in terms of electricity, health projects and all aspects of development.
Kuna propaganda imeenezwa sana katika hili eneo la Mount Kenya. Na tumeenda Meru, tumeenda Murang'a, tumeenda Kirinyaga.
And away from that, the church has been called upon to aid the government and IEBC in voter registration campaigns during this period of the exercise that has recorded extreme minimums in registration across the country. Speaking during the grand opening of the Blood of Christ Church Kaberia at Riruta, Prophet Joshua Felix has called for national unity, calling on leaders to be a reflection of the society. He has further challenged the young generation above consent age to take advantage of the voter registration exercise as a provocation of leadership will not aid direction they want the country to move.
Tongue has power, and Bible relates tongue with the fire. If fire blazes a place, even the most valuable document burns out. Kenya is valuable. We don't want it to burn out, because when it burns, we have no place to go.
We are calling to all political class leaders, one, to measure their words. Number two, don't speak anyhowly, because your words may be poison to the society. Number three, don't bring political issues on development. Right now we want change. And the last past 2 years, Gen Zs came out in big numbers, in large numbers. They went to the street, they demonstrated, they showed unity and power. And now, that unity and power that was shown in the street, if they will not go out there to register as a voter, their votes and their voice won't count.
And Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has raised concerns over the National Youth Opportunity Towards Advancement Nyota program and the many empowerment forums done by the government, saying the funds being used are borrowed from the World Bank yet have little developmental impact on the ground. Speaking during the 25th anniversary of the Christian Foundation Fellowship Church in Murang'a, Nyoro warned that Kenya's debt has risen by over 1 trillion shillings in just 8 months, with most borrowed money going to projects that don't exist, including stadiums and other stalled programs. He urged the government to redirect focus from politics to fixing the economy, warning that continued borrowing will hurt future generations.
We are thinking kama nchi ya kwamba kila mtu akinyamazishwa, chukua hii cheo, chukua ile. We are lying to ourselves that we are providing any solution for our country. We are not. When there is a defect in the structure of a building, you do not call a painter. You call a structural engineer, anaziba hiyo, anabomoa hapo, ana reinforce kwa sababu unataka security ya wale wako katika hiyo nyumba. We must not continue to spend all the time of our country in managing our politics when the bigger problem we have as Kenya is economic problem.
And still on the Nyota program, nominated Garissa Member of Parliament Umi Harun has urged the youth to register with the government's Nyota program to access funds for starting small businesses. Speaking at a trade exhibition in Eastleigh organized by the Ishmael organization to uplift small-scale traders, Umi Harun has said that the government initiatives like this enable the youth to access funds to start businesses and become self-reliant rather than waiting for employment opportunities.
Current government has really emphasized on SMEs, supporting small businesses. I think it's a government that came under the program of, supporting the people who are at the bottom and support them economically. The Nyota program that's going on currently with the government. So I think this is an encouragement, and I just want to encourage the small startups to keep up with this spirit, to be able to brand our country, to be able to expand, the businesses and move away from just the office jobs, which is something that's very popular amongst us.
Tunafanya empowerment program ambapo tunawahamasisha wanabiashara ili waweze kutumia mbinu mbadala za kibiashara kama vile utumizi wa mitandao na masuala mengine mbalimbali. Kwa sababu kwa sasa utapata kwamba biashara zimechukua mkondo tofauti. Tunapata saizi ni biashara katika mitandao.
And into the world of politics, allies of President William Ruto from the Ukambani region have strongly criticized Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, saying the opposition is using him as a political pawn ahead of the 2027 elections. Speaking in Malindi during the launch of the Ekamba Kilifi Association, Mwala MP Vincent Kawaya said former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and other opposition leaders are only using Kalonzo for their own political gain. Kawaya said the opposition knows President Ruto is unbeatable in 2027 and only wants Kalonzo to lead the losing side. Kilifi woman representative Gertrude Mbeyu and Masinga MP Joshua Mwalayo echoed the sentiments, affirming that Ruto's leadership unites marginalized communities and focuses on delivery, not division.
Gawanyisha wengine lakini wachana na Wakamba kabisa. Kwa sababu Wakamba tunataka mambo ya maendeleo. Na opposition haina maendeleo. Maendeleo inapatikana kwa serikali. Na muwache kudanganya Kalonzo, mwacheni kabisa, mkome. Tena unakusanya Wakamba tena kuwapeleka Uhuru Park. So that you tell Kenya kwamba uko na watu. That is what we call ethnic mobilization. Kukusanya Wakamba peke yake kupeleka kule Uhuru Park itasaidia Wakamba namna gani?
Mko tayari kufanya kazi na viongozi walioko saizi kwa faida yetu? Unganeni na viongozi walio mamlakani. Mtu asikudanganye.
Danganye na watu wa siasa ambao wanapiga kila kitu kizuri kinafanywa na rais, kazi yao ni kupinga. Anything good wanasema ni mbaya, lakini hii ni nzuri. Hebu ingieni kwa SHA na mtasaidika. Na siku moja utaniambia, Mwalio, ulipokuja Malindi ulinisaidia.
And away from that, Kenya's agribusiness sector is facing mounting pressure as stakeholders warn of a worsening economic environment marked by high taxes, weak consumer demand, and limited access to affordable credit. Agrovet operators and processors say reduced cash flow and declining purchasing power have led to lower demand for farm inputs and animal products, threatening livelihoods and food production. Business leaders, including Avenue's Kenya Business Development Director Emmanuel Murai, called for urgent government intervention through tax relief, policy reforms and increased financing.
Kwa muda wa miaka miwili sasa iko chini sana, kwa maana ukiona kampuni mingi sana inazunguka na chakula zao, madawa, ikiuzia kila mkulima. Kwa hivyo wakishaleta kwa duka lako inafanya gumu sana ule mkulima kukuja hapa kununua, juu wakulima wengi wanapelekewa kwa boma kwa boma.
Dawa, mineral salts, chakula ya ng'ombe ipunguzwe. Tufanye kama jirani zetu hapa Tanzania na Uganda. Kiangalia competition yao na huku, chakula yao ya Uganda na hizo countries hizo ziko huko, chakula yao iko bei iko chini kulingana ukikompare na huku.
Looking at the partnerships we formed, we are enabling agrovets and the stockists in different regions, one, to benefit from or to get and unlock working capital to enable them to stock their inventories and to grow their businesses. Meaning that with Avenue's financing, with our stockist financing solution, you are able to get the stock you need for your business and support the farmers and support the agriculture activities in the right time, at the right time, and in the right volumes you need.
And Meru politician and Imenti North MP aspirant Carol Kariuki has called upon IEBC to do an intensive sensitization on voter registration. Carol Muriuki says it's not enough for IEBC to advertise voter registration on print only, but it should also focus on TV, radio stations, roadshows and barazas so as to get to every corner of this country and ensure that the young people who have not yet registered register as voters. At the same time, Carol Muriuki has protested the plan by Meru County government together with the national government to build a state lodge, golf course and an airstrip in the county, terming it as a non-necessity for now.
So there is very important or urgent need for IEBC to run a very articulate campaign about voter registration. It cannot abdicate its responsibility of voter registration to the would-be aspirants and also the sitting maybe MPs or MCAs. And I believe the president maybe could be misadvised by people who want to please him, to tell him that it's good for you to construct a state house. I'm not opposed to the idea. It's a good idea. But is it necessary at a time like this? No, it's not. Fix our roads, fix our kids' schools, fix our healthcare, our hospitals. And then when we have all the basic needs working and in line, we can move on to the next stage.
And a wave of inspiration is sweeping through Kibra as young girls take the lead in shaping a brighter future. Polycom Girls, in partnership with Room to Read, hosted a powerful event at the Salvation Army under the theme Empowering Tomorrow's Leaders. The celebration brought together girls, educators and parents to share stories of resilience and transformation, showcasing how mentorship and creativity are unlocking leadership potential amongst adolescent girls. Polycom Girls has localized a change initiative to reach girls in Kibra and Homa Bay, blending storytelling and mentorship.
We chose Kibra because I'm one of the people who benefited from Polycom Development Project. I was raised in Kibera, and I know the challenges that girls go through.
So for the longest time, we've found sitting down and just learning is not something that we want to adopt for the longest time. Storytelling brings in the real life stories from different parts. And with these kids are able to relate, they're able to understand whatever is happening here is something that is happening in any other part of the world.
I have seen a lot of girls come out of it. I've sat here long enough to even see the girls that I have mentored myself come back to want to even give back the same way I'm giving back, to be mentors and even go to higher levels.
To tell my fellow male that we should be able to advocate for girl child, to be able to create space for them. We should be able to help them realize that they're being recognized in the society.
And as most youth in the country grapple with mental health-related disorders, stakeholders in Mombasa have started engaging youth in sports as a way of enabling youth to cope with the stresses of life and realize their abilities. Speaking during the Mombasa Open International Chess Championship, which attracted 330 players from Kenya, Uganda and South Sudan, the youth are now calling on the government to invest more in the sport as it enhances their critical thinking and help them avoid social vices. Meanwhile, FM Wanyama and Peter Majur top the standings as the Federation's Vice President Andrew Owili commits support for the Mombasa Open.
At the current level of chess and the number of youth we're able to attract, we are really hoping the government can come in and really support the sport. We are hoping to attract a lot of corporate sponsors who want to partner with chess and help us move the sport to a world-class level.
Chess is it's not just a game, it's a battle. It's a battle of intellectual, and it helps provide different ways of thinking and everything that one does in the society.
I've been playing chess for 10 years now. I started playing in 2015. I think it has helped me grow as a person. It has helped my organizational skills and improved my critical thinking.
So chess has really given me that travel opportunity. So I would like to encourage the young ones who are yet coming into chess to continue practicing more so that you can get these benefits more and more.
That's why I'm saying the government should come in and sponsor our activity, the sport chess, so that when we go internationally, we can represent our country and also motivate our players and motivate the society.
Away from that, as part of its Customer Service Week, Kenya Power has rolled out community initiatives aimed at expanding access to safe and legal electricity, especially for vulnerable households that have lived in darkness for years. One of the beneficiaries is Mary Waithera from Kiambu County, a mother who could not afford the connection fee, but with support from Kenya Power staff who helped her raise the 34,000 shillings required, she was able to access electricity. Meanwhile, Kenya Power Chief Engineer Stanley Wainaina has warned against illegal power connections in the area like Kioria Estate, urging residents to seek safe and legal access. Kiambu Regional Manager Matthew Muthini also encouraged the public to use official channels for application and report any service-related issues.
Wakati niliona hiyo kesi last week nikasema this is the best example ya mtu mwenye anatia bidii mwenyewe, akona matarajio, akona hope kwamba siku moja atakuwa connected.
na vile tumesikia Mungu amekuja, na ndio manake tuko hapa, stima yake iko hapa, tuna celebrate, tuna fight na illegal lines. So we be very careful tusiweke illegal lines, sababu utaweka tuje tung'oe na tena utalipa mara mbili ama utakaa bila stima. Ukizidi sana, hata hiyo ni hatia kwa sheria.
Sio vizuri aendelee kukaa kwa giza, iliali sisi kazi yetu ni kufanya nini? Ni kuondoa giza. Na tumesema kazi yetu ni kuondoa giza kwa kila mwana Kenya. Anaweza na asiweze. Ndio mnaona hata serikali kuu ina support sana wale ambao hawafanyi nini? Hawawezi. Na kwa sababu sisi ni agency pia ya serikali, we are supporting the wider government to ensure that each and every Kenyan is connected to electricity, so that at least we can have 100% access to electricity.
And church leaders have been urged to unite and speak in one voice as the nation continues to grapple with growing social, economic and moral challenges. Speaking during the launch of a collection of books authored by various ministers of the gospel in Nairobi, the clergy emphasized the need for the church to rise above denominational differences and champion national cohesion. They also challenged Kenyans to embrace a culture of reading, emphasizing that books remain a powerful tool for personal growth and societal transformation.
The church is supposed to be the conscience of a nation. Many people today are wondering, where is the church when things are going haywire? Having studied the Bible for 33 years, I have looked into these matters and came up with an answer of the unity of the church. And that's why I've documented this book, showing the unity of the church, how the church can come together and speak with one voice, giving direction to the people of God.
One person said that a leader who does not read is a leaderless reader. He does not have the ability to lead. So for us to have good governance and good leadership, we must read. So the nation should adopt into the culture of reading. And that is why we endeavor to put our minds, to put our works into books so that the nation can go back to the culture of reading.
And Professor Egara Kabaji has been installed as the first Chancellor of Mount Kigali University 10 years since its inception. Kabaji will serve a 4-year term. The installation ceremony, graced by dignitaries, professors and scholars, including University Board of Governance Chair Professor Simon Gisharu, highlighted the need for quality education. Professor Kabaji promised to steer the university to greater heights and position it among the best in East and Central Africa.
Pomp and color filled the air during the inauguration ceremony of Professor Egara Kabaji as the first Chancellor of Mount Kigali University. From the academic procession to the presence of dignitaries who graced the occasion, the University Council led the way, as it is the tradition in academic ceremonies. The event was attended by key leaders, scholars and professors, each speaker emphasizing the importance of quality education, a value that Mount Kigali University proudly upholds.
But wherever we will go, that we will go having established institutions where people are proud. My work, I have said, is simple. Give you the investment. Your work is simple. Mentor and develop this institution to be what it ought to be. We are together.
Professor Egara Kabaji, a distinguished scholar and author of 52 books, now assumes the role of a chancellor. He promised to elevate the university to new heights, vowing to transform it into regional hub for research and academic excellence.
To think and to produce knowledge that changes lives. We must become a university that is known, cited and respected not only in Kigali, not only in Rwanda, but across Africa and the world.
Mount Kigali University, which has been in existence for 10 years, boasts state-of-the-art infrastructure and facilities offering conducive learning environment. With the Chancellor now in place, the university can now hold its own graduation ceremonies, unlike the past when students are to travel to a sister campus in Kenya to graduate.
Recognized as a hub for the production of knowledge in the region, a place where scholars engage in rigorous research, publish their findings, and influence policy and practice across Africa. To turn this dream into reality, we must build structures that sustain scholarly work.
With Mount Kigali having gotten its first chancellor, this provides an opportunity for propelling its operations as well as taking a notch higher its quality of education. Elizabeth Motuko, TV47, Kigali, Rwanda.
Fantastic. And away from that, leaders from Tana River County have called for unity and cohesion among the various communities in the county, as they emphasize that peace and development can only be achieved through solidarity and mutual cooperation. Speaking in Tarasa Village, Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana and the County Assembly Speaker Osman Galole urged residents to put aside political differences and support the ongoing development initiatives within the county. The leaders have pledged to continue working closely with both the national and county governments to ensure that development projects are implemented effectively for the benefit of all residents.
Langu ni kuomba sisi watu wa Tana River mkiwepo hapo ndani tuishi pamoja kwa amani, tupendane, tuchunge nchi yetu, tuchunge familia zetu, ili hii Kenya ambayo nchi ambayo Mungu ametupatia kwa wakati huu tutembee nayo sawa sawa.
Kwa jamii ya Mijikenda, ile na wasihi sana ni umoja wa jamii. Mushikane kutoka Kipini huku paka Hurara, ile bridge ya Kilifi na Tana River pale mpaka kule upande ya Mbalambala. Najua jamii ya Mijikenda kila mahali wako. Mushikane kwa umoja ili tuweze kufanikisha hii Tana River iende.
Langu ni kuomba sisi watu wa Tana River mkiwepo hapo ndani tuishi pamoja kwa amani, tupendane, tuchunge nchi yetu, tuchunge familia zetu, ili hii Kenya ambayo nchi ambayo Mungu ametupatia kwa wakati huu tutembee nayo.
And Business Bay Square developer Abdiweli Hassan is set to invest 65 billion shillings in a massive expansion at Tatu City, one of Kenya's largest special economic zones. The 60-acre project will feature residential units, office spaces, and a mosque that will create a self-contained urban hub outside Nairobi's congested city center. The development will be implemented over 10 years, with the first phase set to begin construction within the next year. Hassan, famed for developing the BBS Mall in Eastleigh, said the project will bring a blend of housing, business and recreation while promoting community living. And the men's national soccer team Harambee Stars will hold their first training session today in Abidjan ahead of crucial FIFA World Qualifier encounter against Ivory Coast on Tuesday evening. This comes after the Benny McCarthy-led side secured a one-goal triumph over Burundi in their previous encounter in Bujumbura. Their opponents, Ivory Coast, currently lead the group with 23 points, just a point ahead of Gabon. Thereby, a win would automatically seal a place in the 2026 World Cup for the Elephants, while a loss for them and a win for Gabon against Burundi would mean a first-ever appearance in the World Cup for the Panthers of Gabon. And European giant Spain secured a crucial 2-0 win over Georgia thanks close to news at 1 here on TV47. More of those stories in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Thank you for watching. I am Sheilar Chelangat. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.